Hey, how you guys doing today? My name is Denarse, and I am the host of the Marsh Show. All right, and we're gonna go ahead and jump right on into the video. And the title of this video is "Making Smothered Beef Tips and Gravy with Tammy." And I got this video from Cooking with Tammy. All right, I hope everybody's having a good day. I hope everybody had a good day yesterday. And I hope everybody continues to have a good day for the remainder of such. Now let's go ahead and jump right on into it. Let's go. And it's some down home goodness. Definitely stick to your ribs. Let's go.
Welcome back. Today on Cooking with Tammy, I'm going to show you how to make a
Look at
delicious
that. Look
beef
at that.
tip and gravy
Give y'all a little something to look forward to. A little something, a little something.
recipe. We're going to be taking tender chunks of beef
Okay.
and cooking it down in a delicious, rich brown gravy. When I tell you this meal right here, it's going to be so good. It's going to be melt in your mouth, delicious. So without further ado, let's introduce these ingredients and get to cooking. For this recipe, I'm going to be using chuck roast.
Like I'm displaying genuine excitement. Like I really do get giddy about the let's go.
However, you can feel free to substitute with using sirloin steak or even beef tenderloin. It's
Okay.
totally up to you and your preference. When it comes down to our other ingredients, I'm going to be using onions along with condensed French onion soup.
Okay, Miss Tammy, come with the fresh ingredients. She got everything set out like we were talking about the other day. It makes just everything, just don't work against yourself in the kitchen. Don't work against yourself. Let's go.
Beef broth, Worcestershire
Everything's
sauce,
right there.
red wine. If you're not into red wine, you don't have to use it. You can definitely substitute with adding a little bit more broth. And we're also going to need rosemary along with fresh thyme,
Okay.
bay leaves, finely chopped garlic. And I'm also going to be incorporating some jalapenos with this recipe. And
Okay.
no, this recipe, I can guarantee you, is not going to be spicy. But Tammy, you're using jalapenos anyway. No worries. I'm going to show you a trick to get
Okay.
the delicious flavors from the jalapenos minus the spiciness. For our dried ingredients, we're going to need garlic powder, onion powder, chili powder, paprika, salt, ground black pepper, fresh thyme, along with oil. And that's about it, guys. Let's get to cooking and let's get this pot rocking. First thing I'm going to do with our meat is we're going to cube it on up. Of course, if you don't want to cube this meat on up, you can definitely purchase it already cubed. However, every store is a little different. Even though it's cubed, it's not to your liking as far as the size is concerned. So yeah, even though the meat was already cubed at my local grocery store, it wasn't the size.
Okay, she trimming the fat at the same time. Okay, she's doing two things at once. She's cubing it and she's trimming the fat if possible. Let's go.
That I was looking for. It was like cubed, really, really small.
And there wasn't a whole lot of fat on there to begin with. Not a whole lot for that big piece of meat. Pause.
Once we're done, we're going to introduce some oil to the meat.
Okay.
And it's time to season this meat on up. So we're going to hit it off with a good amount of salt. I mean, after all, it is 2 pounds of meat. Once we're done, we're going to go in and we're going to add some black pepper. When it comes to the ground black pepper, add as much as you want to add, but don't add too much, all right?
Okay, with the electric grinder, I see you.
I'm not going to say the same thing for the salt because we all need to watch our salt intake, all right? And not to mention, the other ingredients that we're going to be using does contain salt as well.
True.
So when it comes to the salt, we're going to scale back just a bit, but we are going to add a good amount of ground black pepper. Once we're done, we're going to add some garlic powder.
Yeah, look at that. It's all coming together.
Along with onion powder. We're also going to add some chili powder. I'm just going to add a small amount of chili powder simply because I don't want this recipe to be too spicy. And we're also going to add some paprika. I'm adding the paprika simply for color.
Okay. Remember we said, you know what I mean? Some people say it gives a smoky
Once we're done, we're going to
as well. Some people do say it gives a smoky flavor as well.
Mix and combine all of these dry seasonings with the meat. We're going to mix it in really, really good, guys. We want to make sure the seasoning is perfectly distributed throughout the meat.
Remember what she said? We don't want no spice spots. Remember we already covered that in the latter
And
video.
meanwhile, using a heavy-duty pot, we want to make sure that our pot is getting nice and hot because we're going to be browning this meat. We're not going to be searing it, but we're going to be browning it.
Okay.
And it's really important for our pan or pot or heavy-duty skillet to be nice and hot.
Nice and warm. Let's not
For
waste
this
any.
particular
Let's not waste any time here. Let's go. Let's go.
recipe, I love to use my cast iron Dutch oven skillet. When I tell you this thing right here, it gets so hot. Oh my goodness. We're going to add a small drizzle of oil to the pan. As you can see, it is smoking hot. This is
It is a different level of heat, and it holds so much better. I just can't believe I'm just not starting to use the Dutch oven. Like, seriously.
definitely what we need. I'm going to go ahead and add all of our meat to the pan.
There we go. Okay. Go ahead and load it all up in there.
The pan is so hot that this meat is going to brown up in a matter of minutes.
Quick.
Keep in mind also that we did use chili powder. And I'll tell you a key tip. Just like garlic, chili powder tends to burn really fast.
Okay.
So don't be alarmed if your smoke alarm goes off. But nevertheless, we're going to be rocking out the flavors, all right? Just fan that smoke alarm on off and continue cooking.
Okay.
It may seem like I'm adding a lot of beef to the pan, but it's totally okay because we're not really searing the beef. We're only browning the beef. Now, if we were to sear the beef, of course, we would need ample space and room. Once the beef starts to brown on up, we're going to get in there. We're going to flip it on over, allow it to brown on the other side.
We're browning. We're not cooking. All right.
Okay. As well. As you can see, we have a nice caramelization of color going on. This is perfect.
Looking good.
We're going to add all of our beef bites to the bowl.
And that gravy going to be spectacular.
And once we're done, we're going to set it aside. Of course, the beef is not going to be cooked all the way through because all we did was brown the meat. But nevertheless, we're going to be braising this meat later. Okay. And at that point in time, trust me, it's going to be cooked all the way through.
Okay.
Now that we've gotten all of our meat out of the pan, I'm going to allow the temperature of the oil to come back up to temperature. Simply because we're going to be adding our onions to the pan, and I want to cook these onions on.
Yeah, y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is.
Let's down until they become nice and translucent.
Yeah, y'all know what time it is.
Stir it on up and all of that delicious goodness that's sitting in the bottom of the pan.
That's all the goodness.
I know we've only went ahead and browned the beef, but if you smell the aroma right now, oh my goodness, it smells so delightful and delicious in this house right now. It smells so good. We're just going to cook our onions down, like I said before, until they become nice and translucent. Our pan is already hot and smoking, so this part right here should take about maybe 30 seconds to a minute. Once we're done, we're going to add our finely chopped garlic. We're going to stir that on in as well. Be sure to move the garlic around, simply because garlic, like I said, like chili powder, tends to burn real.
I'm just so partial to onions and garlic. I am.
Really quickly. So we're just going to keep the garlic moving. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to get all of the aromatics to be released from the garlic.
Absolutely.
Trust me, you're going to know when the garlic is fragrant. You're going to smell it in the atmosphere. Once the garlic is nice and fragrant, we're going to add our beef back to the pan. Along with all
we're going to reintroduce the beef back in there. Let's go. Let's go.
Of the delicious juices that you see in the bowl. And we're going to combine everything together. Let's pick up and introduce some new flavors.
We almost there. We almost there. Everything cooking down well.
Once we're done, we're going to introduce our beef broth. Here's the thing. If you don't have beef broth in your pantry, no worries whatsoever. All you need is some beef bouillon, add some water, and boom, you have beef broth.
Boom. Substitutions all the way around. Let's go. Let's go.
Not to mention, it tastes better anyway. We're also going to add our French onion condensed soup mix along with our red wine. When it comes down to the French onion condensed soup mix, you can definitely find it in the soup aisle. If you don't do red wine or you don't drink red wine, no worries whatsoever. Just leave it out. We're also going to add some Worcestershire sauce to the mix as well.
Okay.
Along with our fresh thyme.
Yeah. You be able to smell that too.
Our bay leaves and rosemary.
Taste that. And the rosemary. Okay. Okay.
And of course, we can't leave out our jalapenos. Okay. We're going to go ahead and slice up some jalapenos. And the key tip and trick to removing the heat from the jalapeno is simply by removing the white portion of the jalapeno once you cut it down, which in this situation is the membrane and the seeds. Once you remove the membrane, which is that white part, and the seeds, trust me, it's not going to be spicy.
Okay.
You're just going to get a nice element of flavor to this beef tip and gravy recipe, minus the spice factor.
Okay.
Once we're done, we're going to stir everything on up. Make sure everything is well combined.
Yes, indeed. Don't forget about the rice, y'all. Don't forget about the rice. It's coming. Looking like another dish of just wintertime.
Once we're done, we're going to cover it back down with the lid, and we're going to place it into our 400 Fahrenheit degree oven, and we're going to cook our meat on down until it's nice and tender. Place it into the oven, guys. If you cook it on the stovetop, it's going to take all day, and you're going to find yourself having to add a lot of liquid to the pot. So not worth it. Just place it in the oven. As they say, set it and forget it. Well, in this case, don't.
All right, Miss Tammy. Now you guys check that out. You said she made it 3 days in a row. She's basically just changed up the side. I think she said rice, potatoes, and I think she said something else. Like just like that, you got like pretty much a new meal, So all right, that is definitely a timeless classic. That is definitely a what are we looking for here? Something that'll stick to your ribs without a doubt, We'll hope you guys enjoy. Let me know down in the comments if you decide to give it a shot or not. It's probably been a while since you made some. All right, you guys be warm and safe out there. You guys have a good one. Later.